Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with. Now they looking nervously, and I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way. Yeah, I'ma do it my way. I can't contain it, I'm coming out with a statement. You really changed, man, all your music and arrangement. You don't know shit, shut your mouth, you can save it. I'm the same dude that got his come up from the basement. 100 songs, 100 weeks, didn't change it. Experiments, development, intelligence, and patience. I'll do it all again, cause I never feel complacent. Let's keep the good vibes, positivity's contagious. I'm never looking back, cause I made a life that's passionate. A college graduate suppressing all his talents, yeah. He found a way to go and change, become an advocate. For taking control of your life, go out and battle. And you think you have a dream, then act on it. Get after it, get out your head and fucking capture it. You got one life to master it. Don't give up on your future, we all start losers. We're all late bloomers, gotta struggle through the sewer. What you say? Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way. Yeah, I'ma do it my way.
What up, Nine?
Trapaholics Mixtapes.
As the 9% and word would say, make a better you, a better us.
Give them what they ask for.
Who do you think you are? I'm the word. Or I'm the one who put in the work.
When I move, is it a quick rumble? I will never ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble.
What up, though? And we right back like we never left. Mo, what it do with the business is, sis? Happy New Year, happy birthday. Our birthday was yesterday. It was the 31st. You know, we was rocking out with Gary's. Everybody wish sis happy birthday, but it ain't too late to do it if you ain't do it the first time. You know, it's always a happy day, especially when we can, get back and congregate. Always a blessed day, but it's her day still. We black folk, man. We rock out for a week at least. Happy birthday, sis. I'm gonna say it all goddamn week because it's a blessing to have you in our life, man. Happy birthday. Goddamn it. Y'all better say happy birthday. Edward, what up, my brother? Hope you had a new year. Hope everything was great. Hope everything was good. Prosperity for everyone, we all was raised on this Gregorian calendar, so I ain't gonna act brand new, man. I'm gonna say Happy New Year. I celebrate the New Year in the spring equinox. Actually, and with my wife being a Syrian, it falls kind of in line. So we do the Syrian New Year, then I do my own personal rituals. I don't make my wife or force my wife into nothing that she don't do. So I do my own thing too. So yeah, Happy New Year, y'all. Happy New Year. Mr. Gary Busted Down Brown, what it do with the business is 9, my 33 brother. Atmosphere, what it do with the business is, man. What about them cowgirls and them cowardly lions? What about them, we both could be sitting at home, but that's all right. I'd rather sit at home with my homeboy. If I gotta, take an L, I'm take an L with my boy. Rudy, what up though, Rudy? Her birthday was last year. Technically, yeah. Technically, yeah. But what up, man? It's the after show of learning with the word, man. Like I said, I'm gonna do these segments. We're gonna break down, we're gonna delineate, we're gonna simplify various cliche things. And the first episode I did with laws of logic is because that's one of the most cliche things, and it's irritating to me when people say I'm using logical thinking and they don't even know the 3 laws. There's only 3 laws, people. 1, 2, 3. And they all coincide with one another. They all work in concession with one another. And it's just help. It's a great structure to observation also, right? So it's beneficial. You know what I'm saying? It's very beneficial. And it can give you more insight with things, right? It's a tool, just like anything else, it's a tool. But this is the thing. If you don't know it, people can use it against you, right? If you don't know it, then other people know it, then it can be used against you. So, like I said, some of these things these topics or within these episodes I'll be covering, like I say, it's cliche. We think we know it, but we really don't. And but that's okay. That's cool. We can't know everything, right? But that's why I'm here. I'm here to simplify certain things, delineate on others, and just give a bigger or broader perception so you can utilize it, right? And like I said, these 3 things, it's not hard. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's just structure, is law of identity, right? A is A. Whatever the identity of something is significant, specific to itself. Can't be something else. In the actual episode that I'm gonna clip up and, put out for public, I strayed away from certain things, but in the after show, we get kind of petty. So, so like this, for instance, right? Law of identity. A boy is a boy. A boy is not a girl. Girl is a girl. Girl is not a boy, right? A boy has an identity. It has distinct features, attributes, values. It has things that makes it a boy. A girl has the same thing, but it's unique. What's unique to the girl is to the girl. What's unique to the boy is a boy. And just say something has a little bit of both. Well, it's neither a boy or a girl. It has its own identity. Everything is unique to itself. That's law of identity. Right? Let me put that back up here for y'all. For people who might have missed out on that. That's the link is in the chat and it's pinned. Feel free to hit the link, have a conversation. If you have any questions, if you want to delineate any more, or comments, don't blame me if I miss a comment. I'm trying to do better, but look, I'm legally blind, people. It's easier to talk to me than for me to read things, right? So that's why I dropped the link, having these conversations. It's easier to have a conversation with a conversation, right? So law of identity, the thing is identical to itself. A equals A. Each concept or objective has its own distinct nature and must be treated as itself in any given context, right? So I can't be talking about a boy, and I mean in the meaning or the context is equal to a female, right? Does that make sense? Or we use cat and dog, right? I can't be talking about no dog and talking about it's meowing. It's not a dog. I can't be talking about a dog and start giving the identity properties of a cat. Two separate things, right? Two separate things. So that's law of identity. Then you go to the next one, law of non-contradiction. Statement and its negation cannot both be true at the same time. Negation, I got the definition down there, the contradiction or denial of something, right? If you don't know what negation means, cannot both be true at the same time, meaning a statement cannot be true and false simultaneously, not logically. Now, outside of logic, you can do whatever you want. But when you're talking about logic, true, something can't be true and false at the same time. Right? Boy can't be a boy and a girl at the same time. Okay. Now you can have a boy acting like a girl, but it's still a boy. It's just acting like a girl. But the reality is it's still a boy. Like if you got a dog acting like a cat, it's still a dog, it's just acting like a cat. Because its acting does not make it a cat. It's still a dog. What's wrong?
Just feels so bitter to me.
Stop watching them ghost shows with your mama. That's what you need to do. You ain't even sleeping in your room. So what is you talking about? You scared? You want to come out here with Daddy?
And I need to look at TV. I just lost my cat the whole time.
But you was listening to it.
No, I don't know.
Whatever. You can't trick me. I know what you be doing. Now all of a sudden, yeah. You just love your daddy. That's it. You just want to be my daddy. That's it. Ain't nothing wrong.
Dad,
yeah.
My time was 67.
You ain't slick. I seen how you tried to do that.
No, my tablet on 67.
Get away from me. Look, this is how petty my son is.
My tablet on that.
Look, I told him to stop saying 6'7". He find ways to say it. Did you hear what he just said? He said my tablet is charging and it's on 67. He think he's slick. Do you know your dad is like one of the most unique?
I don't think it.
I know what you did though. I bet you if you go look at it, it ain't on 67 no more. Nah, will it? So why you come out here and say that? Because you just wanted to find a new way to say 6'7".
No, I'll tell you on my tablet charge.
I know, but you're not slick. Your daddy is the slickest. Daddy's slicking that oil, boy. You go learn. All right, go lay down. Let me finish this. I ain't gonna be long. Oh man, he a trip. He trying to get away with stuff. Nate, what it do with the business is? Appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you. I hope the new year everything was good. I was chilling with you for a minute. I ain't get it tight. I was sitting up here cutting up some fruit because we were supposed to have people over, but we didn't. It snowed here and everybody was like, "We straight." The freeway is piling up. What are you doing?
I want to sleep.
In a minute. Let me finish doing the show. Look, I'm doing the show.
And that's I.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be in there in a minute. And then figure out what we're going to do tomorrow. We can build the real train. I'll build that. But you got to find all the pieces.
Dad, Mom do the Waco set.
Find the book.
I found it.
Okay. Well.
I got the.
All of them in there because I just pulled some of them out the couch.
That man with his fish swapped the book.
I get it. Don't worry about it. Go ahead and go lay back down. I'll be in a minute. I ain't gonna be too long.
What's the issue?
Man, mommy fell asleep. Go turn the TV there. There's a remote right there.
Throw out my remote.
Well, go put it back in your room. It
Put
shouldn't be out here.
There's a tap on other remote. But just
It's
have
probably in the couch. Y'all, every time y'all lose the remote, it's either under the couch or in the couch. And I don't see how I get in the couch. Y'all keep pulling off my couch cover, we will fight. He just turned 6. Yeah, he just turned 6. He always, I told him to stop saying it because the little kids at school be saying, don't be no follower, make your own stuff up. So now he be trying to find little unique ways to say it. So he gonna say my tablet was charging and it's on 67. Like, you ain't slick. Yeah, so law of non-contradiction. Then you got the law of middle exclusion, right? So either a statement is true or false. You know, something either true or something, or is either true or false. Ain't no middle ground. You know, either a boy is a boy, or a girl, or you know, boy is a boy. You know, it ain't nothing else but a boy. A girl's a girl. It ain't nothing else but a girl. Now, like I said, you got things like hermaphrodites. You know, that's a genetic mutation, which the person will have both private parts. You know, but it's a hermaphrodite. It's neither a boy or a girl. It's its own identity now. Now it's something new. It's something else. You know, like if you breed 2 dogs, you know, I use, for example, like my kids. They're neither black nor Middle Eastern. They're mixed. They have their own unique identity now. You know, you can say, oh, they black, or you can say, oh, they Middle Eastern. The reality is they're mixed. They have their own unique identity. That's just what it is. Now, people can argue that, and that's fine. But the reality is they mix. You can't take the fact away that they mix, even if you call them black. You know, if you say because their daddy black or because they got black blood, they black. The reality is they're mixed. They're mixed. They got their own unique identity. If you genetically test them, they're going to have attributes for both, meaning they're neither one. They have a unique identity now. Everything has its own unique identity. So even within that statement, you know, saying that kids are mixed, like I can't call them black. She can't call them Middle Eastern. You say, well, both of those is true. They're black and Middle Eastern. Well, that makes them unique if they're both. That makes a new identity because they're not whole of either side. So that statement, for me to say my kids are black, that's a false statement. For her to say her kids are Middle Eastern, that's a false statement. What the true statement is, they're mixed. That's reality. That's logical. The realest one is in the building. My ninja. What it do with the business is, man. But that's where we at with it, right? Oh, that's where we at with it. But like I said, I wanted to do this so people are at least informed to go. You know, you can apply what I said tomorrow, right? You can apply it tomorrow. But at bare minimum, now you're informed. Now you know the laws. So you can go do your own research. You can go do your own studying. You can go do it for yourself now because now you are aware. Now you're aware. Now you present it. Now you got the information. I have talked to so many people, and I'm a smart ass, right? In reality. Anytime somebody says, oh, that's a logical thought, the first thing I say is, what? And I tell them, like, that don't agree with the second law or the first law. If I have to do, then I ask them, well, what are the laws of logic? I never say what the 3 laws of logic are, because, like I said, logic in a philosophy aspect, it has principles to it. In a mathematical and science process aspect, it has principles and it's a little bit more than the vernacular or vocabulary aspect or the thought aspect of logic. Mathematics and science have more principles. They added a fourth law later on, and like I said, they all work with concessions with one another. But 3 basic laws, people don't even know those. But now you know, and knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. Shout out to G.I. Joe. Shout out to G.I. Joe. He's 6, about to be 7. Yeah, he used that already on his birthday. He said, I'm 6. Next year I'm going to be 7. And he looked at me. I'm like, boy, shut up. I know what you're doing. Everybody else might not, but I know what you're doing. That's how I know he my son, because he see the limitations and he try to find ways to go above it naturally. He does the shit naturally. And that's why I don't be like hard on him for doing that, because I want him to do that. The only limitations we have is the ones we set on ourselves. I just got to teach him like when to do it and when not to do it. But little stuff like that, that's fine. But he like to test his limits with things. See how far he can take things, see how far he can go. He try to find ways around things, and he do it naturally. Just naturally happens. That's how his brain works. So when I see that, I try to encourage it. Versus even when I was doing this, he was sitting right up under me. He was like, well, what does this mean? And I'm breaking it down to him. I love that shit, man. I love it. He seen me making like the little clips and asked what the words meant. And I started breaking it down to him. He was like, logic? Yeah, logic. Frankie Blanco, what up, though? So I started breaking the concept of logic down to him. Like when he do, like I've been teaching him emotional intelligence. So the way I explained it to him was I was using something he already knew. So when he get upset and mad, I asked him, I said, you mad at daddy? He said, yeah. And I asked him why. He said, he'll tell me why. And I say, and if it's like, I give you an example. So he was mad at me today for yelling at him. But I yelled at him because he pushed his sister. When he pushed his sister, she fell. She hit her head on the wall, hurt herself. So I said, so now you're mad at me because you did something wrong and your sister got hurt after I told you to stop doing it. And now you're in trouble. But now you're mad at me. I said, does it make sense for you to be mad at me for something you did wrong and you hurt your sister? Or does it make more sense for me to be mad at you because you did something wrong? He said, you mad at me. I said, but I'm not mad at you. I'm just telling you and I'm punishing you for doing something wrong, but I'm not mad at you. He was like, and I said, so why are you upset? He said, because I got caught. I said, well, that makes sense. So you're not really mad at me. You're mad because you got caught doing something wrong and you got in trouble. And I said, so what's the best? He said, well, just stop doing stuff wrong and I won't get caught and I won't get in trouble. And I said, there we go. Now he said that he came up with that excuse like 3 yellings ago. I yell at him. I don't really, I'm punished. I believe in spanking. I ain't gonna lie to you, but you got to do something egregious. If he do something to tell the truth, what's the point of me spanking him? Now, if he do something out of control, like one day he was younger though. He was like 5, 4. He was like 4, probably about to be 5. Or he might have just turned 5. And he picked up a chair and threw it at his mama. He ain't hit her with it, but I tapped his ass. I only tapped him twice. And it's like, it's more the shock of getting tapped than actually hurting him. Like my daughter, I just got to look at her. She don't like me upset at her. When I get upset at her, it's like the end of the world for her. Like everything's shut down. So if I give her a certain look, she'd be like, oh, daddy, I'm sorry. So, yeah, kids different, man. You got to kind of direct them according to who they are, I can't force something on them. You can, but I wouldn't. Yeah. When you do something egregious, you get tapped. Yeah. But breaking that cycle of beatings, because I got beat for no reason sometimes. And that can work either way. They can respond or react to that. Sometimes whoopings can make a kid, that's why I say it's all on an individual basis. I know what affects my children. You know what I'm saying? But you have to observe and get to know them. Like we was talking yesterday on Gary panel about knowing something and being aware of something. I know my kids, so I know what they respond to and I know what they react to. And whooping, like especially my son, he get a whooping at the wrong time, it's gonna make him 10 times worse. I used to get whoopings, it pissed me off. I didn't it pissed me off. If you really want to get a response from me, a change of behavior is what happens when kids they're responding to what you're doing. That's the response. A change in behavior and reaction is an impulsive thing. So to get a response from me, you had to take something I value. Now you did that shit, I'd be like, oh shit, okay, I gotta switch some shit up. But if you whoop me, I can take a whooping and just go piss me off. Just go piss me off. Yeah, but discipline is necessary. It's necessary. Now, how you discipline is different. Like I said, it should be according to how a child responds or reacts. It should be according to the individual. I don't like that blanket thing. Like all kids need this. Oh no, each kid needs something individual. Some kids might need more of one thing. Some kids might need less. Some good kids. I say some kids. They're well behaved. They listen. Them not my kids, bro. Them not my kids. So the tactics that you use on those kids are gonna be different from the tactics you use on my kids. Like I just told you, my kids like to test boundaries and shit. They like to test. It's hot. Okay, let's see how hot it is. That's how my kids are. They like me. So they go respond and react differently than a well behaved kid. And I'm not ashamed to say, it's just, nature. You know what I'm saying? All kids ain't well behaved. Some kids, are crazy as hell until they become adults. And then they mellow out. That's how I was. I was crazy as hell until I became an adult. My sister, on the other hand, well behaved, man. Grew up in the same house under the same rules. My middle sister, that's a doctor, very disciplined when she was young, well behaved when she was young, didn't get in no type of trouble, didn't really cause no type of headaches or nothing. Just a great fucking kid. We grew up with the same mom. I lived with their stepdad. With their dad, so he was my stepdad. But we lived under the same roof. Had the same structure, same everything. I was just wild as hell by nature. She wasn't. So they had to implement, like my mom, well, she studied psychology her whole life, but she knew that, we need to be loved differently. I'm going to need more of this. She going to need more of that. I'm going to be more independent on my own, wanting to do shit. She need more attention. That's just how it was. So everything ain't gonna, that shit don't translate smooth. Pixie! What up, though, Pixie? I had a wonderful year. I had a blessed year, man. I was just talking about all the cool people I met last year. You one of them. Appreciate you, Pixie. Missing Mod, I was over there listening earlier, helping my wife, man. My kids tore my house up. What I was doing, well, it was more, we had people over and I didn't break everything down until we were supposed to have a party and then it started snowing, so people didn't come. So I had to break down extra tables and furniture and shit we had up here. So yeah, we had a big day. We had a big day, but it was a blessing, man. I've been blessed with life, man. I've been blessed with it. And playing about what to do with the business is. What up, Nine?
What up, though? What was I going to ask you? I swear I had this question around. Oh, the blending, the blending thing. right? So, all right. I don't know if people know what a Ligra is or
Yeah,
a Tigon. I
the
don't know if
tiger and the
everybody else.
lion. Well,
Right.
it's
A
the
Tiger.
I forgot if it's
The Ligra.
male, it
Yeah.
it's a ligra and the liger. I think the ligra is the female and the liger is the male. I know it's
Yeah.
even those
It's a
they have.
Tigon and a Ligra or something like that. But
Yeah, it's
I know it's
the male.
the blending of the breed.
Yeah, the male has a different name than the female when they different identity or classification.
So the second law of logic is that even though that they even if they blend together, you, it still has its own identity. Is you know what I mean?
It's
How does that work in that situation?
so like the law of non-contradiction. Um, so and well, that'll fall. I mean, like I said, all these work in concession of one another. They kind of add to one another or define one another even more. Um, so, like
Right.
when you're talking about a lion and a tiger, those are two distinct things. They're two different animals. So now that you blend them, it's no longer a tiger or a lion, something totally new. So it's literally just the name that's blending that makes it look like, oh, it's this and that, which is like mixed. Like I say, even with my kids, they're neither black or Middle Eastern. They're both. They have attributes of both. So now they have their
Mm.
own unique, distinct identity because they have properties that me being black doesn't have. Then they have properties of that my wife doesn't have. Just like the lion or the liger or the tiger, they have properties of one another, but it has a property that neither one of the parent species have. So it now becomes its own identity. Like what we saying, 1+1, or even 1+2. 1 and 2 are two different numbers. And even though you added it, and addition itself has a property, right? So think about it like this. Addition itself has an identity. Addition is not subtraction. Subtraction is not addition. They both have a distinct or unique property. So now that you added that property to a 1, it becomes something else.
Mm. Yeah, I just wanted some clarity behind that because like I said, they say two things could be true, right? So I was wondering if this situation could be the same scenario. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you blend two animals together, they become one, right? So if they could become one, which one would it be? I'm just asking questions because I know some people's asking because I'm asking it myself.
Yeah, it's neither one. It's something new because it's both. It has properties of both, but it does not. Now think about it like this: once you blend it, it only has half of each parent. So it's not fully. It can't fully be a lion because it's only half of a lion. Can't fully be a tiger because it's only half of a tiger. So now it's its own unique. It has its own unique identity because it has half of each parent properties. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So it's neither one of them. It's
Yeah.
something new. It's something new.
So in other words, a half and a half is a whole, but because it wasn't a hole in a hole, but you blend it together, so it has its own separate
It has.
identity.
Just think it creates a
Right.
new identity. Think of it that way.
Right.
Now you created a new identity. How's the audio? Is the audio good?
No, I hear you. I don't know if you hear me. I hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, I was just asking because I switched back to the Yeti. And they was roasting me yesterday, so I had to switch back to the Yeti. Somebody was like,
Okay.
"You should ask for a new mic for Christmas." Like, I still got my old mic. What I need a new mic? All I need is one mic, one mic. I don't need no new mic. I just need my
Yeah,
one mic. That's all I need. I just gotta hook
yeah,
up.
yeah. Got to get to the one. Yeah, I mean, you
So,
know,
so
like it's
think about it like this.
it's so many different aspects. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
What I just did was use law of sufficient reasoning to explain why each, like even the new thing, is its own property. Because the addition part shows why something new exists. This is now a liger, its own identity, because we added two things and made something brand new. That's why it exists, because it was created. You see what I'm saying? That explains the existence of a liger, because we took a lion and a tiger, we combined the genetic DNA, or they made it, had whatever, however they did it. If it was genetically made or if it was, naturally made, it was created. These two things were added, and it created a new. So that falls in line with law of sufficient reason. That explains why the new creation exists, because we added two things that were not the same, and something was created. Now it has its own unique identity.
Yeah, that's the best way, you know, to establish the newness of a thing, right? Because it can't be something of old. It's new. So now that it's new, it creates it separates from the old, pretty much.
Mhm.
That's what I'm getting out of that. Okay, because I'm like, wait a minute. If you can blend things together and it becomes one, is it not the mixture? So, but the mixture has to become its own self. It has to
It's
become its own property.
It has its own identity. Even if you take, like this, for instance, right? If you take two black parents and they have a kid, right? That kid
Hmm.
belongs to parents. It's not just one parent's kid. It's not just, you know,
Hmm.
one parent kid. So the kid still might be black because both parents were black, but the kid now has his own unique identity because the mother is going to have different attributes than the father. So it's not just the father's child, it's not just the mother's child, because that kid has attributes, features, and has genetic coding from both parents. So now that kid has his own identity. It's half of his mother, half of his father. Even if it's the same race, it still has its own identity.
Right. So two dark skinned people who have a light skinned kid, it's its own person. It's, even though it, you know, it comes from the two dark skinned parents, the lightness of the child, it represents, you know, its own person, even though he got two dark skinned parents.
And I seen that. I had a friend, his parents had he was light skinned, both his parents was dark. So the
Hmm.
dad wanted a DNA test. Like, hold on, bro. Like, come on, bro. They had a DNA test. 100% is, right? And like we was in the hood, and my mom asked him, like, do you got any light skinned people in your family? He said, yeah. My granddad, her dad was light skinned, but she was dark skinned. And she said it was just a recessive gene activated. That's it. When they went to the doctor and asked for an explanation, everything, just a recessive gene that activated. You know what I'm saying? There's a recessive gene that was activated. Just because it's two dark skinned parents don't mean they can have an albino baby. Just lack of pigmentation.
Right. Bet. Yo, you know what this like? I, you know what this shows? It just shows that, you know, we talking about logic, but it just shows that we don't know much about nothing, right? Because if we really sit there and have these conversations and debates, like, yo, wait a minute, man, that kid's dark as hell. I'm light. You want to take DNA test? We don't have no idea about how things work in life. So I think this conversation is definitely needed because because if you
Yeah.
don't understand that things can happen in that manner. It's a logical explanation for it, but you have to understand what the logic is in the explanation. So the way that you broke it down, it simplifies why a thing is this or how can a thing become that. You know what I mean? So I definitely understand that. I'm teasing now, but I'm like, damn, we don't know nothing because just because you got a light skinned kid, that don't mean that's your kid. That means something happened to where you know what I mean? It just be something happened to where it's not the same complexion as you. But we always try to find a reason to not expect the thing to not to expect that result to occur because it has nothing to do with us. Sometimes there's things that occur without your understanding, but is always a logical explanation why things occur out of the normal for the most
Now
part.
that should get deep. I don't even think I have a conversation about that. I mean, we have a general conversation, but you have to start talking about genes. You start talking about protein, different
Hmm.
catalysts. This person's DNA might have a catalyst for a specific gene that spikes when the DNA in this gene was more dominant because of that catalyst. So more proteins entered, so that's why that recessive gene was activated. Like that shit kind of deep, bro. That shit deep said. I remember in biology,
Yeah.
man, when we was going over that shit, bro, I was all in. I was so fucking fascinated. Like, oh my god, this shit is so like just learning about genealogy and shit like that. I only did a course of it. I only did a course of genealogy. I didn't take multiple classes. I did it was one semester, but it fascinated me. But I was like, at that time, I had a goal. I'm like, I'm trying to become a nurse real quick. And so I ain't indulged too much
Mm.
in that. But yeah, that shit fascinated me. Like that getting into like genetics, man, that shit is simply complex. That's the way I say it. That shit is simply, but it's very complex, very structured, how
Yeah.
shit works.
Now, right there, how you just said is simple but complex, right? That means
Mhm.
what is that? Like two things could be true, right? But it doesn't mean that you. What's the other one you were saying that a truth can't be a truth and a lie cannot coexist in a same thing. I think that's what you were saying. But two
Yeah,
things could be true. That's what you pretty much saying.
yeah. No, no, not two things can be true because each one has its own unique identity. When I say something is simply but it's complex, I use the term but because now I'm talking
Right.
about application and the structure of something. I'm giving two, so I can take one thing and I can describe it, and that description will create an identity. So complex does not mean hard. I'm talking about the structure of something. So a
Right.
house is simply. I mean, if you can draw a house, right? It looks simple. You walk in a
Hmm.
house, four walls, a roof, a foundation, but the process of creating it is complex. It's not hard. It's just integral. Complex does not mean hard. Complex means structure. It's structure. That's it.
Yeah,
So when
that was
people
something
hear
else we was talking
complex,
about last night.
yeah, it's something else. When people hear complex, they associate it to hard because most people fucking
Right.
lazy. That's complex. I'm being real, bro. Most people fucking lazy, bro. So when they hear complex,
Nah,
they
I
think
understand.
it's hard.
Nah, I definitely understand that because when somebody say something was complex, what you mean? What's hard about that? Who said anything about being hard? It just says complex. It's not hard.
The actual definition of complex is consistent of many different and connected parts. That's it. Doesn't have no association with hard. There's many different and connected parts.
And
That's all
that's
it
why I
means.
tell people all the time. It's not. It's going to be complex in order for you to renew your mind. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be hard. The only way it's going to be hard if you don't put the effort into it. That's what makes things difficult. and hard. If you don't put your best foot forward, if people understand if you put your best foot forward, you're gonna get the result that you want, then they will understand what complex means. But if they don't do that, they just think complex is hard. Did we lose them? Mic check, mic check.
No.
I heard something pop in, pop out. Bronze, what's
Oh,
good? I see you.
Bronze, what it do? What the business is, man?
Happy New
Appreciate
Year.
it. Happy New Year, man.
Happy Gregorian New Year. Yeah. Welcome to the year to one. Yeah, damn, a year to one. Damn, this time is really flying. I don't even want to go to sleep because I know, but if I go to sleep, it'll be June. I'm like, God damn.
Right.
I was just
You
here
take a
last
nap.
year, man. I'm like, yeah, you take a
Shit,
nap,
I
it
wish
might
I
be
could
March.
do-
I'm scared. I'm like, oh my God, we was just here last year. We was just rocking and rolling, talking about we gonna do everything together. We started meeting new people, and then all of a sudden we in 2026. Shout out to those that made it through the Gregorian year. Shout out to you.
Yeah, shout out to y'all who've been rocking and rolling with us, man. I know it's been tough and difficult, but hey, I don't think it's been tough and difficult, but you rocked out, man. I'm pretty sure you had fun. That's why you keep coming back, man. We had good conversations. It'd be better if people, you know, took the initiative to hit the link or even comment. You know, we had conversations through the chat. I don't know everything. I'm just sharing what I do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a know-it-all. If you got something to add to it, man. Even if it's a different perspective, you know. I love intellect, right? So maybe your intellect is a little different from mine, and the goal is not to be right; it's to get it right. So that's why I
That's it.
always encourage people to share. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you can say it a better way than I can. I'm not a speaker, bro. I'm just not that. I'm not interested in it. I tried to do it, but that's not me, man. It don't flow. You know, I'm an energy person, bro. My energy is better. I'm the type to like to be in the background or add my 2 cents when it's needed. But just being a speaker, that's why I enjoy like Gary, Tay. I enjoy when they come up because Frankie, they bring that out of me. You know what I'm saying? I need a catalyst, bro. If I get a catalyst, I'm good to go. But if I don't,
Yeah,
man,
sometimes,
stay, keep it moving.
and that's the beauty of the conversation because you can help me get into a flow, and vice versa. Your question could give me into a flow of an answer, and your answer could also allow me to ask more questions because the conversation can get so deep that you want to know more, and the more that you want to know is the more that you is going to keep asking those questions and make sure that makes sense. See, that would be a logical thing, right? Okay, and keep explaining so I know that a truth is a truth. Your explanation is showing why your truth can't be a lie. You know what I mean? That's the way that logic has a way of working with it. Like you can't you can't you can explain a lie, but you can't make it a truth. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So as long
like,
as you lying, you gonna keep you got to keep making it look good until you can't make it look good no more. So that's why a truth is going to be a truth. You can't make a truth a lie because the flow of the conversation is going to push you right to where that truth is the truth. A person that's lying, he would have to keep going until he slips up until okay, damn, I was lying the whole time. Yeah, we knew that, but we were just asking the question so you could see it was a lie. But when it's the truth, it can't backfire into a lie. That's part of the logic that we was talking about. But it all takes questioning and answering sometimes.
writers, what up, sis? Appreciate you. Hey, man, I've been trying to
Blessings, blessings.
hit this panel. I've been trying to hit the answers panel. It's just timing ain't been right. You know, there be some people up there I ain't even trying to talk to. Every time I click on, I'll be
Alan
like, man,
Iverson?
I seen you up there a couple times. No, it's content creator. He be having good conversations. It'd be Thursday be over there, writers be on the panel. It's just, you know me, bro. I'm kind of bougie. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm bougie when it comes to interacting with certain people, bro. I become I go, I'm only what I'm allowed to be. So certain people, I'd be like, nah, I'm too good for that shit, bro. I don't even want to say hi to this person, bro. I'm good. Because I don't even want this person to know me. I'd be incognito.
Damn.
So, yeah. I'd be chilling in the, yeah. So, what was I about to say? Oh, this is what I like to say, bro. Logic can bring facts from the truth or turn the truth to a fact. That's what logic can do. Because it defines what things are. It identifies things. It separates things. And you can just better identify things. So logic can turn the truth into a fact, bro.
But it can never turn the truth into a lie, right?
If it's the opposite, if it's illogical, the truth becomes a lie.
Okay.
Fact can become a lie. But that's about that. That depends on people perception too, though, bro. Some people perceive,
right?
People will perceive, but that will be illogical. Like I heard this dude the other day. I clicked on this video because he said the Trinity is logical, and I'm like, how you gonna explain that? Because this shit is illogical. Like God can't be Jesus, but not God and Jesus, and God and like, hold on, bro. Like, so I'm listening to how he explained it, and he did not use logic at all. And I was like, damn, I wish he was around. I want to talk to him because that shit don't even make sense. The Trinity, that's three things, that's one thing. And I thought he was going, like how this how I thought he was going to break it down, right? You can say dog, right? And we say dog, but there's different species of dogs. Like you have a dog, like a Rottweiler is a dog, a German Shepherd is a dog, but a Rottweiler is not a German Shepherd, and a German Shepherd is not a Rottweiler. I thought he was going to break it down like that, like it's all one thing, but different aspects of that one thing. No, that ain't how he broke it down. He broke it down like God is Jesus, and Jesus is God in the flesh, and Jesus is and I'm like, hold on, bro. But they're separate.
Right.
You saying
that's like the let us conversation. Yeah. When he says let us, they talk about talking to the word. Okay. You having a conversation with something that's not in a person format, right? Now, so you say a word, but you talking to that word. Like, okay, that's not logical.
Now, I had a conversation with this guy when he was telling me Jesus was the word. And I said, there's nowhere in the Bible where it says Jesus was the word. And I said, the closest association you can claim that was the word is the Amen. Because there's a chapter in the Bible that says the Amen was a witness at the creation of God. So you can associate it to the word. That's, to me, that's still a stretch to even say the Amen was the word, because they identify what things are within the Bible. Everything is identified. They never said Jesus was there when God was creating. They said Jesus knew God was creating. Jesus knew what God was creating, but they never say he was there.
In the beginning.
Yeah.
In the beginning, the word was God, the word is God, and all of that aspect. And I'm like, okay, if it was and is, how could something be in the past be present? That's why I tried to, it's hard.
Now you have to really get into the Hebrew to understand that, because the when it was translated, like in the beginning, it was the word. In Hebrew, got the word. But in the Hebrew, it was saying like it was art. It means it was already there before God was creating. It was an entity or something there before God was creating. So this existed before any creation of God. But in the English, it say in the beginning there was the word, and then it states that the word was with God, meaning that's two separate things. Because to be with something
Right.
is to be in its presence. Doesn't mean that you are it. And then it says the
Well,
word is God.
is God. Right.
Right.
That's a
But
that's
in
a
the
trinity.
Hebrew,
Three things outside of each other.
hold on, hold on, bro.
Oh man.
Yeah, so none of that is logical. It can't be. This is falling around with logic.
I'm like, damn. So the word wasn't. It had no form, and then it became form, and then it became God. Okay, got you. I understand. I understand. Y'all trying to put the word and the word gives life and all of that, but that's a hell of a stretch. That is a super stretch. But that's why I said, the religious aspect. It makes it. I'm telling you, religion makes things difficult, especially towards spirituality, because it won't. If you understood that, you understood that the religion is not. It's supposed to help you get to the spiritual aspect, but these days it's drawing you more away from it, and that's why people gonna have so many questions, and that's why people are always gonna be confused, because even in a conversation, there has to be understanding. You have to have a truth to it, and when you're telling a whole lie and trying to make it true, that's not logical, because you trying to you can't make a lie truth. That's the logical thing. But I understand what they're
Now,
trying to do, but it's not, because you're making a lie truth, or you're trying to the attempt.
now the best explanation I got from that verse, because I had questions about that when I talked to an imam, and he told me, I mean a rabbi. This is what he told me. He told me, he explained it like this. He said, when you speak, you are not your words, but your words are a part of you. It came from you. He said, so when God spoke, it manifested things, and it took a life of its own. The words of God literally created and took a life of its own. So he said, usually, he said, if I'm around the corner, he said, I'm probably going to hear you if you're talking before I see you. So think of it like that. Like, if the world is void and dark, you will hear a voice before you will see where the voice came from. So he was saying
Right.
that was just a poetic way of saying the voice of God was heard before the presence of God was seen. That was
I
like the
I got
most
that.
logical explanation I ever heard somebody break that down. And I'm like, okay, I understand. So when people
Yeah,
don't
but
explain it
that
like that, my bad, go ahead.
right, because they so busy. No, because they so busy trying to uphold the lie. They not bringing the truth in front of you. That it's distracting you from understanding what the hell is being said. Right, because like if I hear I can hear you before I see you. Right, if my back is turned and you say something, I heard you before I turned around. Right, that's like the most logical thing possible. If my back is to you, and why is the reason why I turned around? Because I heard you call me. So of course I'm going to turn around, but I heard you first before I saw you. So that's what I'm saying. If people understand what the logic is, or understand the term logic, you wouldn't be that far off. But like I said, that's just the adjusting or the renewing of your mind, and you have to learn everything over. But like we said, everybody don't want to do that type of work, so we just gonna sit still and just, all right, we're gonna, a lot of people fall for anything because they don't want to do the work to establish if that statement is true or not. So that's what happens.
And then, a lot of times people be trying to make things all supernatural and shit, bro. When it's just, it don't have to be, bro. You just make the shit presentable where people can understand and comprehend. And I don't think, but that's not profitable, So making things
Mm.
spooky and supernatural, that shit, bro. If I came on here, that's why for a minute I wanted to, come on here and talk metaphysics, but I've seen how people pimp people with spirituality and metaphysics and religion. So I decided to combine all that shit, and I'm gonna add some philosophy to it, and I'm gonna add some psychology to it, and then now work with
Mm.
this. That's why a lot of the people they try to religious people they try to debate me. I'm hit because I already know, man. Like a lot of that shit got that woo woo shit into it. Like they say, it's woo woo. You can't make that
Not
practical.
the woo.
Not practical. Like when people like I remember the first time somebody on here was like, "Oh, generational curses." I said that's learned behavior. No, it's not. It's literally a curse. And I said, what happened? Let's look at the application. What do generational curses mean? I'm gonna just use now. Listen, I'm gonna use. Don't nobody get mad or nothing. You know, I ain't calling them. If your mama was a hoe, I apologize. I'm not calling her a hoe. I'm just using that as an example, right? So, say if you got a woman, her mama was a hoe, and she became a hoe, right? That's not a generational curse. That's learned behavior. She looked at her mother's hoish ways. She seen what her mother did, and she felt like that was okay, and that was a path for her to take. So she displayed those same behavior and got the same results to be a hoe. That's just like if a dude is in the street hustling and his kids start hustling, they learned the behavior. They were conditioned. They were desensitized. They were
Yep.
desensitized to the provocations that would occur if they go out in the street. They were conditioned to the behavior or they were conditioned to the behavior of being a street person, and they thought it was okay, and that's what they did.
Right.
Learned
That's
behavior.
like
And
LeBron and Bronny James. Yeah.
yeah, it's like a
Right.
curse. Yeah. My bad. Go ahead.
No, I was about to say it's like LeBron James, right? Because he's been playing basketball all his life. He's, he got his kids. Now you see his kids wanting to follow suit because that's what they see. That's the environment. Basketball is the environment. So they're learning how to, that's all they know. So if that's all you know, you're going to do what you know, right? So now you got Bronny James, and then you got, what's the other kid that's in college right now? Bryce
Right.
James. So that's just, like you said, it's learned behavior. It doesn't mean that it's not a blessing. You just learning how to do something, right? Because it's not a curse, but it's not a blessing either. You just learning something. Now, if you tap into the potential and become great, that's the blessing. But if you just follow in suit, it doesn't mean that you're blessed to do that, because that even putting the ball in the basket, you can learn how to do that. It's the way you put the ball in the basket. It shows how blessed you are, or how if you can't do it the way that another person does it, it doesn't mean that you curse. You just ain't as good as that person. So that's what the learned behavior you talking about.
Yeah, it's a simple learned behavior. But I mean, if you want to get spiritual or metaphysics or whatever, you can call it a curse. That sounds more alluring, right? Because when you think
That
of a
sounds
curse,
scary.
see, this is the thing though. If it's a bad behavior, now you got to think of the psychology behind it. If it's a bad behavior or something behavior that's hard for someone to change, it gives them a built-in excuse. So that's why people gravitate to that aspect. It's a curse. It's something I can't control. It's just going to happen. No, you just fucking lazy. It's not a curse. It's a learned behavior, and you can change behavior. People say you can't change nature. I say you a damn lie. Nature can be changed. The nature of a
Yeah.
person can be changed. If a person want to do better, they can. The nature of a person can't change. I didn't seen it happen, but
Yeah,
it's something
that's like
distinct.
men being women and women being men. That's not natural.
Oh, I'm like, huh?
No, it's like when a feminine person becomes masculine and they maintain that for that's not natural, right? A woman is logic says feminine is feminine. A woman is a woman. Even though she act like a man, she's still a woman. That's what you explained earlier, right?
Mhm.
So that's not
Go ahead, rock out. I'm
that's
about to do some
not
talk.
no, that doesn't mean that because you act like a man, it doesn't make you a man, right? A boy can act like a man, but he's not he's still a boy. He still has maturing to do, right? you like 10, 11, and you might be 6'5" at 11. That doesn't make you a man. You still got to grow in the process of becoming said man. It doesn't make you a man because you're tall. It doesn't make you a woman if you. It doesn't make you a woman if you got a teenager that blossoms early. For a female, she got, you know what I mean. I don't want to sound crazy because that would look crazy, but y'all understand what I'm saying. It's still growth that has to develop in order for that child to become a woman, right? 18 doesn't make you a woman. I mean, that's what the law says, but like naturally, there's still things that has to develop in order for you to become that woman or that man, right? Because some people get beards and mustache at 14. That don't make you grown. It just means you in the process of growing.
And my
So
mustache,
you know,
homie. And my mustache at 11, homie. I was geek.
your voice sound like Barry White when you 12. I'm grown. No, you.
Yeah, my voice was just deep, and I talk like people always thought I was more mature because I talk slow and my voice was deep, and I had a mustache. I got my beard when I was like 14. That shit connected when I was 14, bro. My shit was connected.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, you ain't grown. You ain't grown because of all of that.
Then I had long hair too, so that made me look even more mature. Face full of hair and long hair. Motherfuckers, I was in my 20s when I was 14, bro. I was like 5'10". I was like 215. I was bigger than most grown men, bro, at 14. So shit, I passed.
Oh man,
anything, bro.
That's the greatest trick I ever played. We all took a trip to Six Flags, and let's guess your age. I'll go up there and they like, yo, you 25. I said, no, I'm 17. They said, how the fuck are you 17? I said, why? Because I got a full beard, I got a goatee, I got long hair and everything. You just think I'm old? Nah, I'm just young. It just develops early. Just because things develop early doesn't make you that age. And so, I ran off. I'm laughing like, yo, come get your prize. Like, man, fuck that prize. I just wanted to prove you wrong, and I left. You know what I'm saying? So because people think they can just observe something and get it right all the time. Nah, a quick peek ain't going to make sure that what you looked at is correct. It takes time to observe to get something correct. It's not just a quick peek. Timing is of the essence when you try to decipher or pick up or understand a thing. You're not just gonna pick it up just by looking at it or hearing it or no. It takes time to do all of that stuff.
And to go back what you said real quick, when you saw about a boy, like if you know the key element of if a boy thinks he a girl, he has to act like a girl. The key element is, and vice versa, a girl has to act what they're acting. It's not something that's naturally occur. I look at my daughter and my son, they babies, bro, they kids, right? My daughter knows she a girl, my son knows he a boy. And it like the stuff my daughter do, she emulates, she knows her mother is a girl. So she emulates her mother. She just turned 3, very feminine. She wanted her own little makeup thing. She wanted her nails done and all that. And my son see it. Yeah, he see them interacting, but he be like, no, that's girl stuff. So like people say, hold on, I don't know this person. Hold on, let me put something up real quick. What up, though?
Yo, what up? Where's me, Blanco?
Oh, it's Frankie.
What up, man? Gary, what up, man? I came on a different, you know what I mean? I had my Inspector Gadget. I had my Inspector Gadget costume on, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you know what happens sometimes. You start talking about
listen, I'm just making sure you ready so you have to get ready, you know what I mean?
Yeah, some people, bro, I look, you only got to do something once for me to learn, bro. Once I had that one dude come up here and do that porn bomb thing, I'm like, bro.
They do it all the time, man. Trust me, they got me one time. First time I ever hit Nate the Great's panel, man. They did that shit. They used my picture, man. I remember that day. I was hurt. I said, damn, man. First day I ever hit Nate panel, man. And them motherfuckers go and use my picture and poem bomb them right after. I said, y'all be honest. I got down. And I heard Nate saying during the live, like, hey man, hold on, my boy Blanco would probably come. And I'm trying to type as fast as I can, like, yo, that's not me. Like, I already knew the vibe. Word. Oh God. And I don't know if he had to fly up with Bannon because I wasn't paying attention. I just heard him saying my name. I'm like, hold on, that's not me trying to get in. Hold up. I try to get him, like, you know what I mean? The emergency shoot. Yeah, that was tough. Man, how you doing, brother Gary, man? Salute. Everybody in the chat, salute.
What's happening? You know,
they get sophisticated with it, bro. I had people come up here and put like they turn they screen on, their camera on, and it'd be a picture of somebody. And I look
like they waiting in the back too. Yeah.
Yeah. And I can't see shit, right? So I'm looking like, oh, and then I look again like, damn, why they ain't move yet? They ain't blink or nothing. Then I realized like, oh, that's a picture. They trying to get me. Then I had a dude put a video of somebody, and I was like, notice like, why you keep doing the same thing over and over? Like, oh, that shit
looping. They was looping.
Yeah, like, bro, y'all do everything to come up here and show y'all little wieners and shit.
Yeah, they just want to violate, man. There's a whole cult of that, you know what I mean?
Don't bring that over here, please. I don't need to see none of that.
Them be the same
over there.
They be running around flashing people, bro, in the street.
Yeah. I mean, after a certain time on YouTube, I see there's a lot of people with trench coats and no slippers on. Niggas out here barefooted with trench coat. So you gotta watch out for these street flashers and the nigga with all the watches in his trench coat trying to sell you broke watches in 42nd Street. Everything you see in real life, it goes on in the metaverse.
Yeah, it do, bro. It do.
It just goes. It's in a digital way. You know what I mean? If he could swindle you out of $2 at your Cash App without trying to provide any kind of substance, then guess what? They got those too. So you gotta. That's why you just gotta pick and choose what you subscribe to.
Man, I heard this dude. I ain't saying no names, but they like, man, I've been on here 30 minutes. Ain't nobody hit the Cash App. Like, bro,
people be like that. Yeah, it be like it's friendly extortion. Friendly extortion.
Yeah, bro. Like, hit the chat.
You got to do things because they said do things don't what's that, how to say do things for a cause, not because. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Damn, that was far.
Yeah, people be in their mindset like, yo, I gotta fit in. Everybody in the chat looking. You know what I mean? This nigga pressed me.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to be doing it willingly. Some people are like that. I don't mind. I mean, I'm not knocking them, basically. Everybody teaches his own. You do what you want. I spend money on shit too, but sometimes you gotta know, you know what I mean, when's the best time to do, because it's kind of like an incentive for the person who's like the content creator to keep going with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The shit's resonating. Whatever he's talking about, whatever the topic is at hand is resonating. This is what, this is the vibe right here. But when a nigga just sending you money every, like, you know what I mean? You ain't even listening to the conversation. You in the chat talking to chat people and you sending it, you know what I mean? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works. I ain't even lying.
Yeah, that's crazy. But it'd be like that. It'd be like that, I mean, it's different. Like I say, you don't look for you don't build friends, you build families. So people who doing it, they doing it because they know it's a calling within a calling, right? We don't even have to hear. It's like dog whistles. We all looking out for each other. Nobody's perfect. Right? Everybody's going through something.
Yeah. I mean, I got people come through here and show me love when they can, bro. They be dropping like Baba, and he pop up, he drop 50, 100. I'd be like, damn.
Yeah, Baba's like fucking Santa Claus. Baba probably every time I see Baba, he like Santa Claus, the only 150-pound Santa Claus you could ever think of. That's Baba in Hawaiian and a Hawaiian button up. You heard?
Breakdancing.
Breakdancing. Baba, me and Baba got a history. That's the bro. Shout out to Baba, man.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
I definitely know he definitely got the handball gloves. He got the handball gloves with the knuckle cutouts.
But see, that's the thing though, bro. Like y'all donate, and then not only do y'all donate y'all time and y'all money, but y'all donate y'all mind too, bro. That's why I appreciate people like that, bro.
Donate, we support. I'd rather say support. Donate, it sounds like, for charity and for when not respectfully, because I support. I just do it because I know I seen you come from the mud, bro. I seen you fight through the, and even as much as this shit sucks you in and tries to pull out the worst in people, because that's all it drives on. The algorithm is set on that. Like, you fight, you still stay in your zone. And there's only certain people the content creators that I know, and I'm a late night dude too. So, with kids, they put them up, secure my investments. You know what I mean? That's just life sometimes. And I go around, I jump around, time to time, I look good page, and I see people. And as long as people keeping that same frequency, it don't matter if everybody listen, because there's a million stations on the radio. But once there's that little niche, like New Year's, right there, that time, that was perfect. Even in the morning with Gary, Gary's live was beautiful. I thought I was in the chat. I thought I was on the panel with y'all the way we was talking. I felt shit because I was so engaged. Pause, no homo. Yeah. But we was engaged, like Gary's bringing up the he's reading and we're going up, but I'm elaborating again. That shit was dope. That's kind of like the vibe that it should be, That's a real each one teach one more than an echo chamber. You dig? Because there was opinions going around. You got realists throwing so it was dope. You got Saint, another one. Saint will have you fucked up. Saint will have you like, damn, nigga, I don't know if it's flat earth or fucking hollow earth. I'm lost right now. This nigga done tucked me into that nigga's like a French poet from the 1600s. For thy shalt not quill with thy feather, for one shall maintain thy soul if they burn through the prospects of hell. That nigga is stoic for real.
Yeah, stoic, bro. That's my dog, man. That's my man.
Shout out to bro. He's a good dude. Good dude. Great dude. But I like different opinions. I don't like when everybody agree, because then it comes into something that's not real no more. It's not. It's not right. But yeah, it's dope. Shout out to Stoic. That was kind of
you got to show why. That's what I'm saying. We having a conversation. You got to show why the truth is the truth. You can't just keep going and going and going and not explaining how the truth is on display. If you lying, you can't do that. But if you telling the truth is always going to be that straight line, and that's the difference.
Yeah, that's definitely the difference maker is the truth. It always is, but we went through this too, as saying like the truth can be subjective too, because what the masses agree on can become the truth, and also the fact that an uncontested lie can become the truth through years, right, through time. I mean, you'd still be truth, bottom line, set in stone. You can't change that, right? But people would have to dig so much deeper to try to find out. And it's almost like when the lie is more entertaining than the truth, why bother? You know what I mean?
This is what I always tell people too. Like, the truth is what you accept. A fact is what you can show or prove.
But the truth is what it is, right? Not because you accept you cannot be the truth. Yeah, but they won't be the truth, right? Because you can accept that
it'll be your truth.
Yeah, but that's not. That's why I meant it's subjective. That's why I meant it's subjective, basically. Because
that's why it's subjective. Yeah,
yeah, you're right. I got you.
Facts are objective. A fact is
yes. There you go. You 100%.
The truth is subjective. Yeah, and people use those two terms interchangeably, but they're really not. The truth can be a fact. It can be a fact, but truth can also be a lie. It's just what a person accepts.
Can I ask you a question? Is reality truth?
Everyone has their own reality.
Okay, that was a good answer.
Well, that's how you get to that. So I was reality,
but that's reality. Truth. The reason why I asked that, and I don't mean to change it, stop your wisdom, my fault, but the reason I asked that is because reality can be manipulated, especially now in the world where you can't believe your own eyes. You know what I mean? Everything you see is manipulated. It could be CGI or fucking deep fake, audio fucking recognition, fake eye recognition. Like, you can't. So that's what we consider reality. If we seen something 20 years ago on TV, like what we saw with y'all, with just an example, that guy CK, the guy who got, from TPSA. If we would have seen something like that 20, 25 years ago, that was no ifs, ands, or buts. That was a direct. But then if you think about now with all the shit you see I've just seen Tupac and Biggie smoking a blunt in the basement. You know what I mean? I'm seeing shit that look it's hard for my eyes to discern. If I didn't know better, I'd probably be easier to, like, the other day my mom came up to me. This is crazy. She's like, P. Diddy and them, they be eating little kids, and she's showing me the little 6'6" cover in her eye, and I'm like, damn, I know what they did now. It hit me. My mom is like 60-something years old. Like, what, Ma? I'm like, Ma, get out of that. Ma, what are you doing? Like, because it's that poison is so toxic that, you know what I mean? Even us, my mother was young, my mother had me at like 18, 19. So she's in the culture with me. She knows she's learning off of us, basically, what this is like, you know, all the hip hop and all this music, and you know, she's in tune basically. She knows the songs, rappers, and all that. So, but her doing that made me see how they infected like that last. In my mind, this is just my theory. Like, you know, they put the T virus out. Let's just say like an example, and the ones that are now that don't speak the same language or vibrate on the same frequency, it don't affect them, but it affects everybody I love. So it has to affect me, even though I know better. You get it? I still lose.
Yeah.
So even me saving
Yep.
my mind, I couldn't save the ones I love, and I still have to play dumb, deaf, and blind sometimes. You know what I mean? I got to play in the physical.
Wow. That's
Did that
that's
make
a lot
sense?
right there.
Did that make sense, or was
No,
that too much?
no. It makes sense because you're trying to you you. How do I say this? You got to save yourself because you can't save everybody else. If you lose yourself, who around you is gonna be able to save you? You see what I mean? Like if you
Yeah.
go out there and try to save everybody that's lost, right? You putting all that energy into saving them. They're just taking. Now, if they all capture you, who's going to save you? Because they all capturers. They're not there to save, but you're the
The
only one that can
anchors,
save. So
the energy
right,
anchors. You know,
right. So if they take you, who's going to be there to save you? So you have to say. This is why I said the year of the one is important, because if you don't have that self awareness of knowing your surroundings, you could be taken out physically, especially mentally and emotionally now
yeah, you know,
before
it's Gary.
anything
It's like,
happens because
yeah,
good.
it's like trying to help someone who's drowning. It's you got to be very, you know what I mean? It's like trying to help
Right.
someone who's drowning. Their first and only thing is trying to get that last breath of air, and what they'll do, they'll pull you under just so they can get one more, and then breathe in air right after that. You know what I mean? And breathe in water right after. You know?
Their franticness will take you out of your relax zone and then y'all both go under. That's exactly that's why you have to understand who's around you, where you at, and how to prepare yourself in case of, right? People, they say if you ain't staying ready, you ain't never ready. So if you don't understand what's around you, how the hell you gonna stay ready? You don't know. You're not prepared for nothing. That's why I say adversity makes you more diverse, because when you've been through so much, nothing can actually shock you unless it's that major that I never looked at it from that perspective before. And if you go about it that way, you be more ready for anything. If somebody was to just come up here and say, you know what, fuck, that's why Word did what he did. I don't know who this is. Oh no, it's me, Word. Oh, now I know who it is. So now I can drop my guards down. But if you'd have kept his guard up, that whole picture would have been up there. I don't know who this nigga is. I'm not doing this, that, and the third. But when you understand what you are preparing yourself for, you be more ready for it than being shocked. So that's why you have to know what's going on around you. But if you don't know yourself, you going you just don't know.
Adversity is this. My bad. Real quick, full circle from yesterday's conversation is the experience. Experience is a true reward in this life. You know what I mean? It's just having the experience of being able to know better and make better decisions. Because if not, you could end up in a hamster wheel. You know what I mean?
I want to
Yeah.
You know how I
use
mean? Go ahead.
I want to use Frankie's story, like, and twist it back to the logic aspect, right? And even add to what Gary said about being prepared. So, like, if somebody drowning, right? The most common aspect is like, oh damn, I want to save them, but what if you can't swim? And you jump in. Now both of y'all drowning. Versus, okay, I can't swim. Is there something that I can use to help them get out the water? That's logical. Okay, I can't swim, but is a stick here. If I put the stick out there, then they can grab it and I can pull them in. Or I can't swim. Let me go find someone who can. Maybe it's somebody right down the street. Hey, can you swim with somebody drowning? And you still helping, you still saving. That's the logical aspect. But you jumping in, that's irrational. How you gonna save somebody if you can't swim your damn self?
That's why the lifeguard
See, that
always
one,
carries a buoy. You know, the lifeguard always carries a buoy for that reason. A real lifeguard knows he can't get on you. If you're in the water, he can't touch you, he can't be around you because he got to prepare for that. So he's prepared with that device that they go out there and swim out there with on the beach. That device is only made to just pass off to somebody and they can control it themselves so they can swim you back with a strap. But literally, in the technicality, like a lifeguard is not going to really come and grab you because there's always a chance of that. Like that probably drowns more people than the riptide. You know, people drowning and trying to help themselves instead of helping, you know, and killing the person that's helping them. Or both of them, basically. You know, it's tough.
Both of them.
Yeah, but that also goes to show how much, fear has a strength like no other, right? Because you so frantic and like we gonna keep it where it's at. You so worried about you ain't gonna make it that you can't even see that somebody's trying to save you. You so afraid of drowning. You panicking.
Self-preservation.
The calmness is coming. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. If you had an understanding that this person's trying to save me, let me calm down. But that fear, that worryation, it kicks in so bad. Like I don't care that you come. I see you, but I don't see you. I'm trying to get the hell out of here by any means necessary. Your calmness don't mean nothing to me right now. Get me the hell out of here. But I'm so frantic. I'm in the way. I'm in the way of trying to get to the goal of being safe. Because the fear is that strong in me that I see you coming to get me. I see you coming to save me. But until it happens, I don't believe it till I see it. That's how powerful fear can be sometimes in people's lives.
You know, real quick, what you just said is so deep, right? Because what happens when you get fear, you get anxiety, you get shortness of breath, right? And then they're so deep that it's the air, right? It's the oxygen that takes that away. Because what's the opposite of that? If you everybody always says take deep breaths, breathe in, breathe out, you get a clearer mind, right? The more oxygen you get to your brain, the better you become at thinking, the more rational your decisions are, the more concentrated you are in making that decision. It's so deep though, like, right? Just you sitting there taking probably deep breaths. You know how they got those breathing exercises? You know, you've heard of those? Those are real things that open up like different compartments within your mind and you know, like within that chakra, right? You know, that realm where Kama Sutra is almost like, but breathing is very, very serious. Like, had you been in a situation and you sat there, instead of panicked and try to reach for the ledge and made everything fall, you paused for a second and analyzed it and breathed one good big breath. You know what I mean? Like, maybe that's the big key to consciousness, right? It's not even that we're breathing air. It's like when a doctor puts you under anesthesia, he takes away what? You know what I mean? He closes your consciousness, but you still got air, right? Is that like a weird thing to me? I don't know what I came in my head, but I'm just thinking because like I don't want to go off track with it, but I think that air is very significant, whatever it is. You know, if you give the oxygen driver like pure, there was a story of the oxygen driver, ocean diver, and there's a movie called Last Breath. He went into the ocean and his cable snapped on a bell, and he was stuck down there with no mask, no water, heating his suit up, probably in the bottom of the ocean during a storm. And he lived for 35 minutes for them to be able to rearrange the boat and everything, come back and send the thing down there. But when he was down there, they sent a drone down there, and the drone was able to fall right into him. The video's crazy. I watched it with my brother, bro. And the fucking drone goes right up to his mask, and the dude is still inside, like shaking, unconscious, but he's still alive, breathing. That's the only reason why they went back. Long story short, the reason why he survived those 34 minutes alone in the ocean at the bottom of like probably 500 feet, whatever, was because he had pure oxygen in the system. And his breathing went slow because of the coldness. So it's something to do with the oxygen level. Like you see the clarity of the oxygen and everything makes your brain operate different. It's like getting, you know what I mean? It's like instead of getting 87, you're getting 93. You know what I'm
saying? You know why oxygen, like when even when you're talking about oxygen now, you're thinking of more of the like taking in air, what the air do, but oxygen actually travels through your body, through your blood, not your lungs.
Right. Well, I'm just saying, you're right.
It actually
the hemoglobin
through your body, through your blood. Yeah. But another, like the whole breathing exercise, I mean, you talking about the physiological aspects of breathing, but the psychological aspects of breathing is to control, because breathing happens innately. You don't think about breathing, you just do it. But when you control it, that's why when you're in an anxiety, they want you to regain control, because your body is working off an impulse, and those breathing exercises are important, especially in an anxiety situation, is a way to help you gain control. If you're taking deep breaths, you taking a breath in,
Right.
taking a breath out,
Bringing more
in
oxygen
control.
within your blood,
Yeah,
probably just to bring in a better airflow. Yeah.
You can bring in more oxygen. When you control your breath, you bring in more oxygen rather than when your body just innately does it. So that's why breathing. And if you can train, I train because I meditate almost every day. So big part of meditation is to control the breathing. So, and after I do it so many times, the breathing, I take deeper breaths unconsciously than I do before I start the process of meditation. Did that make sense? Like
Of
when I'm
course,
not,
I
when you
tell
ain't
you,
thinking
yes.
about,
There's
when you're not
patterns and
thinking about
sequences
breathing,
to it.
yeah, it's not like you're shallow breathing, but you are compared to when you manually breathe. You're breathing more shallow when you do it subconsciously than when you do it consciously. So
Yes,
even
sir.
what
100%.
you just said, when you unconsciously do it, you're not taking as much oxygen. The more oxygen you take in, the more your blood, your blood flows. The better and the more enriched your blood flow. It's carrying more oxygen to different aspects or properties of your body, especially your brain. When you do it consciously, or when you do take more deeper breaths. So everything you're saying, you're getting more oxygen to your brain, which helps your brain function and work much better. I don't even want to say it until I find a study, but it's a study about that. Like people who do like breathe deeper,
Yeah, but
they
if we go to Peru right now, right, and we go to the mountains and Andes right now, we would have problems breathing. You know what I mean? We couldn't breathe, but these people breathe. So everybody has a different kind of way of breaking down that oxygen and making it work for them. You know what I mean? Like, but there's rich. There's a part where we can all be better, right? If we know that science behind that, right, and if if it turns out to be like that's a fact, then if you start realizing that if we enrich our oxygen levels, the mind opens up more, right? We're able to clear our thoughts and wean out all our other static. And that might just be a holistic way of healing, which they probably wouldn't want us to know if it was true, right? You feel me? Because they're not marketing, they're not making nothing off of it. So those one of those things that they would hide from me. You know what I mean? Like they wouldn't want you. They'll just cause doubt. And then that's the way they'll do it. They just cause doubt, like cigarette sellers. People who've been selling cigarettes for eternity now don't give you cancer. People still believe them shit. Smoking don't hurt your lungs. That's crazy.
Saint, what up, Nine? You was just getting kudos from Frankie.
Yo, shout out to my brother Saint from across the way. We're from all down in the under. We wonder.
Yeah, but see, that's the crazy part. That's like when they tell you, dandelions is a weed, it's bad for you, right? But then they give you dandelion roots to enrich the circulation of the blood or whatever that do. That just goes to show you how manipulative these people can be. They tell you one thing because it don't profit them, but they mean the opposite so it can profit them. So that's the logical thing, right?
It's the war information.
You can't make a lot of truth. Yeah. You gotta want this. That's why you gotta take care of yourself. You gotta be the one to do the work. Because if somebody does the work for you, it's not the same. It's not even pleasurable. If I'm being honest, if somebody does it for you, you didn't do it. It's not the same as if you did it. Like if you start your own business instead of you inheriting a business, which one would be more pleasurable for you? The one that it's your baby, you built it. Instead of you just, I got this from dad or mom because she passed away. It's not the same thing as if you built it from with your very own hands.
That goes back to value. That goes back to understanding the level of value. People take it for granted. And instant gratification is a big problem within the people nowadays, right? People don't. With ChatGPT and this, you don't really have to do much no more. You can figure out how to run a whole spreadsheet and just have the program running it, and you don't really have to do much. It's not the same no more. Everybody wants that convenience, that comfortability, right? That's a double-edged word. That word is so dangerous because it also means stagnant. Comfortable water is dangerous, right? Stagnant water is dangerous. I would agree. I'm just saying.
No, y'all know what
people,
I say.
But some people dreams. Right. People find that they find a little zone and they think this is good, but what happens is you don't you scared to put out some try like what they say. If you want different things, you gotta try new things, right? Like you want big great things, you gotta try new things or things that you're not comfortable doing. I've heard there was a saying like that, but yeah, people don't ever reach out. Once they get into a spot, I'm good with this 2-bedroom apartment paying $3,000 for rent when you could be paying mortgage like $1,500. You know what I mean? You got your own shit, but they don't want to reach out that far.
Yeah.
It's just they good right here. And a lot of people get like that. I've been stagnant in my life, comfortable.
That's what happens when you get comfortable, right? Even when you get comfortable, I don't think people understand. If you're comfortable, you really settling, and it might be for a lesser value than what you're really worth. And that's why people just sit there. Nah, I'm gonna stay in the project. I don't want to stay in no damn project. But you're gonna get a whole new BMW, but you're paying like $200 in rent. That don't mean you got it. That just means you different. You weird. If you got it, go put that Beamer with a
your
house.
Priorities are messed up. Your priorities are messed up.
Right. You want to be a showboat instead of being a host. You know what I mean? Be the host in the house. Don't be the host at the goddamn in the projects. Like that makes no goddamn sense.
Because they always talk about, yo, man, these drug dealers giving out these turkeys on Thanksgiving. That's a good thing. I'm like, damn, motherfucker, you don't realize that all the drugs he's been getting from the families what's paying for those turkeys. Hey, you know what I mean? Like, you think he's just coming? That's just coming out of your fucking uncles and aunts' pockets, man. Fuck out of here.
That's that 10 you got.
You see Nino Brown handing out these turkeys out of the truck, and Jim Jones and all these people. You like, yo, they doing a great thing. You don't realize it's still the poison they've been selling, man. Buy some turkeys off there with their money.
Naga, what's happening?
What up, though?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like we sit back, but that's what happens when you mature, right? You sit back and damn. I might have been one of them people 25 years ago. Just take it. Now I'm giving back, but I'm giving back what I took in the first place. You see what I'm saying? Like, damn, conscious in reality, it does hit sometimes, especially when you know and you grow. Damn, I was one of those people that was fucking the town up. I was out here giving out nickels and dimes, and damn, I fucked that whole family up. Like, yo, that's crazy. I made that kid motherless. I made that kid fatherless or whatever. Why? Because that dude was chasing the dragon, and the kid was just fending for himself. I might have put that kid in the street and not even been aware, even thought about that until I seen him in the street. Like, damn, I used to serve your mama. I used to serve your daddy. Damn, I'm fucked up. You know what I mean? But that's the battle within that a lot of people
shit,
that gotta go through.
That shit, the disconnect we have with the language now. We can't even talk to these kids in their face no more because they seen that at 9 and 10 years old. They seen niggas like, and then the generation of that got caught into that kind of way of life, which is not right. But
yes, sir.
That's what happens. And then next thing you know, and it's all the people in your own immediate neighborhood. So these people that knew your mother, once that thing hit, it took the world over. Like you got to see. I told the story about my dean. My dean is the one who changed my life. He got me caught in school for weed. They reported, somebody said I stole a beeper. Long story short, they didn't find a beeper. They found weed on me. I got locked up. Changed my life, everything. I'm on the street selling drugs. 8 years later, guess who comes up to me to buy drugs in the middle of the night? My dean. The same guy who was there telling the cop to take me in and all that because he found the weed. And he was man, that's just how life is sometimes. The irony, like, trust me, man, that crack shit took over lawyers, judges, the world, and drugs is a big thing. You really hide that shit. You'd be surprised, man. You'd be fucking.
You want to hear a hell of a contradiction, Frankie? My cousin got hit with a charge, for dealing, the C. And I had went over his house after he got out of court, and you know what he paid his lawyer with? Same thing he was going to jail for.
Well, trust me, I know I've seen niggas that do real estate. I've seen niggas that own properties, and they all into that shit.
Bro, I know doctors who, they party. That's what we say, they party.
Can you imagine? You can't get this black guy to get a job because they want to be, they done. But you got a white guy who's been on a bench for 2 weeks and fucking with his golf buddies doing brain surgery all of a sudden. Like, fuck that. Nah.
Yeah,
this nigga, his whole last weekend was like Wolf of Wall Street, and now he's coming into work. You know what I mean? Like, what? Nah, hold up.
Yeah,
nah, man.
That's what I'm telling people, man. These people, regular ass people, bro. You don't know what they doing when they ain't in front of you, bro.
celebrities and all though. That's the crazy part. Once I seen Cardi B fought in the tub on national television, I was like, yeah, this shit is the hood is here. The hood is here to stay, baby.
They ain't exclude, bro. She was a well known, dancer or whatever, bro.
No, I know she's from the hood. I know from back in the days in the Bronx, like that, man. She was
people put these people on pedestals, bro. They regular ass, and they be all shocked. Like it was really people shocked when they found out what Diddy was doing, or even think about what R. Kelly was doing. Like, you shocked, bro? You don't hear what this motherfucker singing? You don't think that's what be doing the freaky motherfuckers with the money, bro? Fuck
it's crazy when they make you hear the songs now, and then you like how you didn't know, but
on your booty.
This nigga Dave Chappelle is a cold-blooded killer because he'll make that shit stay in your head. You won't even sing the original version.
Like, what? What the fuck you talking about? Shit, you come over here fucking my daughter. Nah, bro. Age means a lot, motherfucker. Fuck that.
And then we use it in our own format. Nah, I'm 16, but I act like I'm 25. I'm mature for my age. Yeah, that ain't what that means, though. That ain't what they trying to use it as. But we just use it for whatever we want to use it for. We just take their shit and just use it for our own likes.
Yeah, man. It'd be crazy to me when people be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it!" Like people tripping that Trump was with Epstein on the island. Like, bruh, what you expect? There's a whole bunch. Why you think that damn list ain't come out, bro? You know how many motherfuckers on there who hold power, bro? That whole fucking United States will fucking collapse, and probably other countries too. You know that shit will fucking collapse. You put all these people in jail and make them accountable.
Yeah, that shit's different.
Yeah, they don't care about being responsible. Yeah. Good.
You know why? Because we only have presidents that are temporary. These are people that are kings, and these people are royalty to the. They've been on Earth for thousands of years running shit. You can't just take one of them down for some shit you think you want to do in politics that'll look cool for the red or the blue. These niggas will take your whole family out and rearrange your whole legacy, your lineage. Them niggas will make you white next week, nigga. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You be somewhere in a corn farm, quiet as a motherfucker, talking about get out.
But then check this out. Like this just reality too. You know how like people always point the finger at other people, like fucked up shit they doing, and then you find out the fucked up shit the person pointing their finger at doing. Like, hold on, bro.
Right? That's the worst.
And that's honestly that's how it be when this list come out, bro. It'd be a whole bunch of people condemning them, but then you open their closet up. They got fucking more skeletons, bro. They got way more skeletons. And it's like, and I'm not advocating for the list not to come out. That's not what I'm doing. But what I'm saying is like, bro, people in general are fucked up. People. It don't matter what status, what color, what race, what gender. It's just a human nature that you have good and bad people. And they come in different classes, different colors, different shapes, different statuses. You know what I'm saying? It's just fucked up people and it's good people. And there's degrees in between that. Some people might be doing more fucked up shit than other people. They might be doing more good, but they still doing bad. They might be doing bad, but they do a little good. It's just how things are, bro. Just how it is.
Yep. Like that.
That's why they say, those without sin cast the first stone. That's what Jesus meant by that. Like, look, all y'all do fucked up shit, probably from different degrees, but y'all all fucked up. But you want to judge this person for being more fucked up than you. We just know what this person did. We don't know what you did yet. And that's how that shit
Nah, man. Jesus said, nah, y'all all hit this shorty. Let me see. If y'all throw that rock, I know y'all ain't hit her. Y'all ain't sleep with her. Go ahead. So throw the rock. Let me see who throw the rock. I promise you, I really thought that when I was like 8. Like, yo, y'all all slept with this girl. So y'all mad because she did all this. Y'all slept with her. Y'all mad y'all ain't get your turn yet. It's your turn coming. Nah, Jesus said, all right, well, if you ain't sleep with her, just throw the stone at her. Let me see what happens. Ain't nobody throw the stone because they slept with her. So that's why nobody throw the stone. See, you got to understand what's being. You got to understand what's being said without it being said. Because other than that, they were supposed to roast shorty, but they're like, nah, I'm gonna get her ass. Look, we're gonna leave here. I'm gonna find her ass. I'm gonna get her back in my bed sooner or later. So I'm gonna get her. I ain't gonna kill it because I want to slay it.
So what you saying is they translated it the wrong way. It should have said those who didn't hit cast the first stone.
Whoever didn't
Those who didn't smash and pass.
throw that stone. Yeah, who ain't smashed? Whoever didn't smash, throw that rock. Yeah, you be like, damn. That's why everybody dropped it. Like, damn, I hate this dude. He know too much. I can't even lie. I know he knows, so I can't even. Somebody gonna tell off yourself.
Yeah, you're right. Like something that you're right, because something that you might be that you're not even embarrassed about slightly. Something that might be somebody's biggest secret in a way. Like they're like, and you just come out just being like you yourself still after that, but they know, and it's hard for them to even be up, to approach it like that. Mm-hmm. That type of shit makes somebody hate you, without you knowing, just because the way you are, like you comfortable in your skin with your flaws, and that's a big person, man. It's genuine because, like I said, humility is what brings humbleness, and you got to look for that if you're looking for genuine, right? Because you don't want to see somebody around you always is perfect and always just talks and says the right things, and you know what I mean. He's just in the right space, and the camera lighting is so good. Pause, and like you got to be careful with that shit, man, because this shit is so deep now that
you do.
It watches the pupils and the dilation of the pupils to see if you're interested within the ads that you're surfing and strolling up and down on within those 3 seconds. So this shit knows what it creates. It's still trying to find the one that's going to link you to whatever it wants it to have going on, right? It might just be and it's crazy. It's like the host. The word "the host," it means a lot. You know what I mean? When you go into metaphysical, you know what I'm saying? And then the commentators, spectators, agitators, instigators, they're the tater tots, the ones in the chats. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man.
Well, you said that it made me think about like when I was in high school. People be ashamed and shit. Like I wasn't like I like cracking big backs. I when I was in high school, I used to crack big backs. I used to like.
I like that. Sounds like a crab shack. I don't know. It sounds like Mama and Pop Spot. Sounds like Mama and Pop Spot in the morning. You get bagels and cheese. You know what I mean? Break big back.
Listen, big this, bro. Let me tell you something. Reason I like the big backs because I like meat, and when meat be moving, that shit. Look anyway. So it was this one chick, she was pretty cute, but she was a big back, and they used to always crack on her. I was like, shit, I like big back. I start cracking her, right? And guess what she did? She told the other big backs. And guess what? I got benefits from all the big backs. So
now
all the big
credit. You got good credit.
Getting jealous because they was afraid they crack a big back and they didn't want nobody to know about it. I'm like, nah, bring all the big backs over here. Man, they braiding my hair by
loving you. You getting everything. Damn, they sharing Lunchables.
That made the skinny chicks jealous, bro. They was like, dang, what he got that the big backs like.
That's a smart move. Smart. That's calculated. Man. That's very nice. Intelligent.
That word got 800 credit.
Yeah, the word got that 8,800 credit. He can get a 2-bedroom right now off the fly.
I'm telling you, man.
Look, breakfast.
He come out here with a Toyota Camry on you motherfuckers tomorrow.
And see, that's the problem. I was bench pressing.
Don't fuck around. Y'all niggas don't know.
So the problem was a lot of dudes couldn't handle the big backs. They couldn't manipulate them, bro. I could toss them around just like they was a skinny girl. I probably toss her ass up in the atmosphere or something.
Were you focused or were you like a little bit inebriated? Was you a little inebriated, maybe sipping, or you was just going in focused like a fucking game of chess?
No, man. Like, bro, you have to. It's like, do you know the power you feel when you can make an ocean move?
Hey, you're right. You're right. You feel like a big man. You feel like the king of the tribe. You come out like Zamunda. Yeah,
dominate the big or the small. I might break the small.
That's one of those you look in the mirror, no homo. Like you gotta look in the mirror after type shit. Like that. I did that.
In the mirror after, bro. I used to take them to rooms where there's a mirror on the ceiling. I'm looking from every angle.
So they don't know about. Shout out to all the big backs, man. Make the winters warm.
Shout out to the big bags. Ain't no wrong.
And we be looking for y'all tax season, baby loves.
Well, I'm married now. If I wasn't married,
no, I'm saying that was just I was like saying.
Bro.
I mean,
nah, some backs be too big.
Me too. I forgot I was my fault. Me too.
Bro.
Shit.
Yeah, nice big back, bro. Man, boy.
Hey, some bourbon and a big back sounds like a night out, bro.
Man.
You can make T-shirts like that, right? Bourbon and big backs. You know, I'm telling you, man, you want to something. Because women are they're taking it in now. They don't care about, you know what I mean. That's what they want. Yeah, you remember like I'm a bitch, but I'm the queen bitch. Remember when they used to say that?
Yeah, I didn't. I
So
never
you know
liked
they're
it.
embracing it now. Women are taking it and embracing it. So they're like, yeah, fuck you, damn right, I'm a big bag.
Oh yeah,
They be
big
some
bag.
sexy big bags. Like Monique was a sexy big bag back in the day. I don't know about y'all nigga. I know everybody be like, nah, hell no. You know Monique the comedian? I don't know why. I used to love that. Man, she had that auntie booty. Pause. I don't know if that sound right. That sound crazy, right? My bad. Yeah, that was a little weird. My fault. But you know what I'm talking about, right? Monique? You know Monique, right?
Yeah.
She was better than Oprah. If you had Monique or Oprah, who you going with first?
Oh, Mo.
There you go. Shout out to Mo. Gary, who you going with, Monique or Oprah?
I ain't gonna lie, I'm going with the bread.
God
I'm
damn,
going with the
Gary,
bread.
you gonna be all Gary gonna come out with a bow tie with his books folded in his hand. Hey guys, we're across the street, Mo cracking it up with Dave Chappelle and them.
Call me segment.
Yeah, you out there with the glasses, like
baby,
you guys enjoy your night, all right? I'm gonna be over here Bible studying. We got Bible studies tonight.
Yeah, okay. We
Damn, for the bread though. I ain't listen, man. I asked my boy, this is one of my close friends. I asked my close friend, I said, yo, if you had no choice in the world between Roseanne Barr or Ellen DeGeneres, who you picking? That's an honest question. This is something that's been going on almost like with the Usher and the Weekend thing. Like if it was Ellen DeGeneres or Roseanne Barr, the last two of the Caucasus Rhesus Mountains you can get. The two different spectrums. Which one are you going with to reprocreate?
Option 3, we all done.
Niggas that my boy said, hell no, ain't no way in hell you're gonna have me on the island with Macaulay Culkin looks. That's it.
Yeah,
he
man.
said Jenner's like Macaulay Culkin with a wig.
Yeah, you can't pick, man. You gotta pick something different, bro. Like
that was it though. We all said Ellen DeGeneres. We all said Ellen DeGeneres. I'll have that bitch Justin Bieber out. You heard? I had so many Justin Biebers. We gonna be all right. But Roseanne Barr, my nigga, my man Joe Chapo from iTalk said Roseanne Barr.
But the logic would have been Roseanne though, because Roseanne like men. So that would see. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know Roseanne don't like men. None of them like men. I mean, she was with a man, but they both. Yeah, but Roseanne is the same one that grabbed her balls and spit on the mound during the national anthem. Like, come on, that's a full blown. Like you might have a curious one or like a stud. Roseanne was still
I'm straight. I'm
y'all niggas is crazy. All right, let me make it a little easier for y'all. Marcy from Married with Children, the neighbor.
Marcy or who?
Marcy or Ellen DeGeneres.
Marcy.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right.
No, I'm going with Ellen.
Oh, look, you see this nigga following that money, dog.
No. Ellen ain't.
Gary, all money ain't good money, Gary.
No, hold on, because
Marcy was a freak though.
Marcy wasn't fun, but Marcy's not fun. You can freak her, but then
Marcy had that little. You can't be like I don't do this.
But Ellen, she gonna give you some, and then y'all just go. Look, we just go to the club, have some fun. I might bring some more in. We like. She gonna have fun with it. Marcy just like, all right, I got mine. I'm out. Like, fuck that nigga. She ain't gonna use me like that.
You gonna fuck around with Ellen and wake up with a stick in your ass or some shit like that, bro. You'll make a big strap on. I'm straight, bro. I'm good.
That's any of them though. That's it. That's shit. Marcy would do that too. Marcy gonna put the handcuffs on. Marcy locking your ass up to the pole.
Yeah, husband and everything, bro.
No, but Marcy in real life keep wanting girls. That's what he's saying.
No, he said the character, bro.
No, I did. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was kind of tough. But I can't believe you picked Oprah over Mo though. Like Mo didn't give you that soul connected feeling. Like Mo gave me that feel like, you know what I mean? Mo could, me and her could chill. She gonna talk to me straight. Listen, daddy. You know how she talk with that daddy shit. Listen, daddy. I like that shit. I can't have Oprah to Mo. No, so tell me about it. What do you mean? What's going on in your day?
Oh no! Let's elaborate on how you did that. Like, okay, whatever. Why you ain't sleep yet? Well, Monique, well, Big Monique is different, right? Like it's just like her and what's the other girl name? The girl with Common, Jennifer Hudson. You see what happened when they got the good dude, the good dude while they was big, and then they got skinny. They're like, man, fuck these dudes. I'm gonna get what I want. But you left the dude that was riding with you the whole entire time, right?
Yeah.
Jennifer Hudson had a whole baby daddy. Then she got some skinny. She's like, nah, I'm going after the bread. I'm gonna go wrestle. I'm gonna deal with this loyal wrestler nigga. And then now she with Common. Left that nigga to go with Common. That's what happened. They find confidence because they got they got that little operation or whatever they did. They got false confidence now. Right? Oprah said, I'm confident because I got this bread.
Right. I don't even think anybody.
I can't put that jacket on them though, bro, because I don't know what happened. But I mean, just like you said, I can say this: when they got more famous, motherfuckers probably got jealous. And especially in today's society where the man supposed to make the most bread, now your woman got the spotlight and you just at home. You know what I'm saying?
But you can't live like that. Can you live like that?
A lot of regular ass. Now imagine you coming up with people. A regular motherfucker probably can't, endure that. But somebody, who got status, they may be like, okay, should they recognize? Okay, my girl got more flame than me. I can ride that shit. I can use that shit. I can build my brand off that. Look at Monique husband now. He her fucking manager, bro.
Yeah, he eats for call. Yeah, you're right, 100%. But that's just we know how to you got to know how to do what you do. Like that's all part of his plan. You know what I mean? That was his reality. He created that off of somebody else's. It's like when we work, and they always tell you, you're building a man's dream. You're building another man's dream every day at work. But that's just how it is. Within that, you got to start finding your way.
I think because I experienced that on a low level, bro. I was dealing with this one chick. It was hood ass motherfuckers, right? I'm like, I want to go to school. Motherfucker tried to cut my head off because I wanted to better myself. No, she wanted me to stay this hood motherfucker. She like, oh, if you go to school, then and working in the hospital, you will find you better. And I'm like, what? No, I'm just trying to make something so we can do better. But she couldn't handle that because she was content or comfortable at her level, and she wanted me to stay there. So sometimes it could be man or woman. When somebody elevating and the other person can't elevate with them, they get jealous, bro.
That's true. That's so true. And they do it kind of like how
right there.
some dry snitch and shit. Like they don't mean to, but it's just in them, like that hate, it's just that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go over there because that one is doing that.
And come back and try to lift people up and shit like that. They get unalived and shit from some jealous ass motherfucker who couldn't elevate. Somebody who was doing something with their life get unalived by somebody who had no intention to do anything with their life because of jealousy, bro.
Oh.
So
I made a logical choice. Don't get mad at me because I like I want to follow that bread. Shit, I don't listen. Gratification is gratification, whether it's money, feeling. I'm just saying because that's how people really make their choices, right? It's all about preference.
You're right.
If you might follow the bread, you follow the bread.
You might be long. You might live with her long enough so they find a rescue beacon or something. Me and Ellen DeGeneres is gonna be over here talking and fighting and shit because she, how she is. So you might be right. You might be good with Roseanne.
Nah, she gonna put it in the will. He stayed.
That's the money. I like Gary, bro.
Gary's all about that. Hey, listen, that's a smart decision. I am not mad at him. I was thinking more about how these babies gonna look in a couple of years. But fuck, hey, listen, he's each his own, Roseanne Barr, Gary, think about that baby, Gary. Think about that first baby looking at you. That.
I'm gonna be logical, right? The baby becomes his own individual. This is what I learned today. The baby becomes his own individual. I'm still gonna be mine. I'm gonna keep my individuality, and the baby gonna keep his. I'm just saying that's what the word taught me today. He's gonna be all right. If I go, he got that bread. I'm a love him. He's funny. He's funny looking, but I got him. You know what I'm saying? So hey.
That's funny. Yo, salute, man. I'm top down. Word, Gary, great talking to y'all, man. Everybody chat, blessings, man.
Absolutely, always.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
I'm about to cut it. I couldn't cut it earlier. I was gonna cut it at 2, but man, y'all had me up here crying, bro. This is a good way
That's
to
what we
start
do.
the new year.
Absolutely.
Well,
People in the
and
chat,
we
Happy New Year's, yo.
yeah, Happy New Year's, man. We got every day like this. We get in the comments. Look, we gonna have fun over here. We gonna talk our mess or whatever. I ain't over here with no stick in the butt being all. You know what I'm saying? I'm a real person,
I
bro.
don't want no alimony, man. I want no alimony. So it's that want alimony. Well, I'm gonna be the house husband. So yeah, I need that. I'm taking care of home. She traveling. She telling them fake ass jokes. I'm here. I'm home with the funny looking baby. I got it. Listen, I need alimony. I need child support. They can do it. Why not me? I'm a house husband. I'm in my feminine form. Then fuck it. I don't care. I'm protected though.
Oh, wow, too, bro. Oh, wow,
So yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead, man. I'm gonna get out of here so you can get out of here because I know you got things to do in the morning. It's Friday, and I know you got things to do. So I'm gonna drop down as well.
Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all, man. First episode of the new year, man. If y'all ain't catch it live, you can always catch the replay. 3 laws of logic. I went in there, delineated, broke it down, simplified it, so y'all can use it. You can simmer on it tonight and use it tomorrow, man. If you didn't know, now you know. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't know, now you can add to it, But appreciate Frankie, appreciate my 33 brother Gary, rocking out. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Saint, Realist, Didi. Love y'all, man. Mo probably went to sleep. Love y'all, Brian. My brother Atmosphere, man. Appreciate y'all, bro. If I missed anybody, don't blame it on my heart, blame it on my eye. I'm legally blind. I cannot see. I'm legally blind. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But until next time, man, care about how you feel. These conversations will build nations. And if I say anything that resonated with you, do me a favor. Hit that share button. Tell somebody. Help me spread the word. But that's all I got, man.
And do it for the 9.
What up, 9?
Acknowledge me!